Hello everyone, in this video we will see what a WCF service is all about and how to create a simple WCF service. So whenever we are talking about services, whether it is a web service or remoting service or WCF service or a Windows service, we need to remember three things. Those are nothing but creating a service, hosting a service, and consuming a service. That is, creating a service is nothing but the service that we want to develop. So developing a service is nothing but creating a service. Second thing is hosting a service. Hosting a service is nothing but the service that we developed, we are putting it in a place from where the world can access it. That is nothing but keeping your service in IIS. And the third point is consuming a service. Once the service is available to the world, then the world has started using it, or using a service is nothing but consuming a service. Next, WCF services are all about your interfaces and classes. That's it. Say I want to create a service, my service, which returns a string. So what is that I'll do? It is very simple. I'll create an interface with the name iMyService, which returns a string, and the method name getData. So very simple interface. Next, I'll go and implement it in the class myService. Class myService, which implements iMyService interface. And the method is getData, which returns www.manzoorthetrainer.com. That's it. These two things will make a complete service. So I create an interface, then I implement that interface in a class. This is all about your web services. Let us implement this. I'll go for File, New Project. I'll select WCF templates, and from there I'll go for WCF service library. I can also go for WCF service application, but here I'm going for WCF service library. In future videos you will see what is the difference between these two project templates, and I'll name it as test service. Say okay. Now in the solution, if you see, you have got a project called as test service and two files. One is an interface, another is a class. I'm going to remove this as I'm going to develop the things from the scratch. Now I'll just add an interface, right click, add new item. I'll go for an interface, and name of the interface is iMyService. I'll say add. Here I get the interface iMyService, and I'm going to simply copy this and paste it here. Save this. The next thing I'm going to do is adding a class. Name of the class is myService. Add it, and I'll simply copy this and paste it here. So myService is implementing an interface which is going to implement the method getData. I'll save this. Now I want to say that iMyService is exposed to the world. The world need not to know about the implementation. They need to know what is that they want. The world needs iMyService. So I'll simply expose this interface to the world with the help of an attribute called as service contract. As we know that attributes are nothing but classes. This is present in the namespace system.serviceModel. Save this. And I want to say that in this interface, I'm going to expose this method to the world, that is get data. So I'll simply say operation contract. As we know that it is an attribute which is present in system.serviceModel namespace. Save this. That's it. We are all set to go. Before we proceed, we need to make small change in app.config, as we have deleted the file service1 and we added the file my service. So we need to simply replace service1 in the web.config file with my service. So I'll say Control F, and here we have good feature of Visual Studio 2012. I'll simply say service1 should be replaced by my service, and I'll say replace all. So it has replaced 3 occurrences. That's fine. I'll save all and I'll simply say start. Now you must be surprised to see that we did one thing, that is creating a service, and Visual Studio has done 2 things for us, that is hosting a service, and consuming a service is nothing but creating a client for us. If you observe here, you see that WCF service host. So WCF service has been hosted and it has got started for us by your Visual Studio, and you have got a client as well, that is that service is being used by this test client. As we created interface my service and there is a method get data in it, if I want to invoke that service, I need to double click this get data. Here you have request and response. As we are not at all passing any input parameters, so I need not to pass anything for request. I need to simply invoke the method in the request. I'll say invoke, say OK, and it returns www.manzoorthetrainer.com. This is very simple. We have done all the 3 things, that is developing a service, hosting it, and consuming it. That's it for this video. Thank you very much.